Hello friends, today we are going to understand differently able learners in the classroom and adopting inclusive practices. So first let us understand who are differently able learners. Now differently able learners are those children who are different from the ordinary children, and they are so much different from the ordinary children, either physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, or maybe in their ability to learn. They're so different that to such an extent that the educational needs can only be met if the teacher is adopting special methods of teaching. She's using special equipment, or she's having a special learning arrangement for such children. For example, the children who are locomotor challenged. Locomotor challenged means the children who have problem in their bones or muscles, and due to which they have a disability and they can't move freely. Such children are called locomotor challenged. Then we have hearing impaired, children who have hearing problem. Then children who are visually challenged, means those who can't see properly with their eyes. And then we have mentally challenged children and learning disabled. So these were examples of differently able learners. Now we are going to learn about inclusive education. What is inclusive education? Inclusive education means we are providing education to all the children in a normal, regular classroom without discriminating them about their abilities, their disabilities, their gender, their class, their caste, their religion. And this method is giving a chance for the teachers, an opportunity to the teachers, so that they get trained, they use special equipment, they provide a special environment to the child, they use special methods of teaching, they use support systems, and so that they can meet the unique needs of each and every learner. And as far as possible, all the educational activities should be conducted in a normal, regular classroom. Now, what is the main goal of inclusive education? The main goal of inclusive education is to change the school's responsiveness towards the needs of the students. It wants to make the schools more responsive towards the needs of the students. Even the research says that if the inclusive education is done well, then it will leave a very positive experience for the young children with special needs and the developing peers also. Now, inclusive education does not aim to segregate the exceptional children to educate in special schools. Means it is not telling the exceptional children, the children with special needs, to go and study in a special school, or they are not integrating with the ordinary students. But the main aim of inclusive education is to provide education to all the children with special needs and the ordinary children together in a democratic way, and to fulfill the needs of each learner. Now let us see the views of proponents of inclusive education. Proponents are the people who are in support of a specific idea. So let us know the views of the proponents of inclusive education. Now the proponents of inclusive education, they are arguing that education has to be universal without leaving anybody, without having separate special education to anybody. So they say that education should be universal, means nobody should be left out, everybody should be educated, and no special separate education should be provided to anybody. Firstly, they say that all children are unique in their own way, hence our purpose is to treat every child as an individual and to recognize and respect individuality. This means that we should accept that every child is unique in their own way, and we must not judge them, but we must respect their uniqueness, and we should recognize their individual talents, their unique talents. Secondly, they say that learning difficulties are common in school learning. They should not be attributed to the deficits in students. This means that many difficulties come in the way of learning of children, and this doesn't mean that the children have deficits within them. Thirdly, they say that there are various reasons for the problems in the process of education. Our responsibility as teachers is to provide facilitating conditions, keeping in mind the condition for the optimum learning of children. Now this means that whatever problems the child is facing while he's being educated, these problems are due to various reasons. So it is teacher's responsibility that she provides a good learning environment, keeping in mind the problems the child is facing. Next, teacher can use the activity or encourage the student to take up the activity as per the need of the special child. Means whatever the requirement is of the special child, based on that the teacher must plan activities so that she can encourage the child and build up the child's confidence. Creation of good social atmosphere is necessary. This is problem only when the student and the teacher understand each other's needs, therefore respect and accept each other. Now this means that teacher should provide again a good social atmosphere for the children to learn. Then the teacher and the students must try to understand each other's needs, and they must respect each other and they must accept each other as they are. Next, they say that an excellent organization is required so that we can meet the needs of all the children. And if there's an excellent organization and we are meeting the needs of all the students, then we can create a hope. We as teachers can create a hope in each student that they too can succeed and they too can get success in their life. Next, the teacher must be aware of the knowledge and skills, interests and the previous experience of the students. Now this will help the teacher to inculcate interest of the child in the classroom activities. Teacher can develop interest of the child into the classroom activities if she is aware of what are the interests, likes, dislikes, knowledge and skills, experiences of the students. Now teacher has to provide a classroom environment where she can ask the children to discuss in small groups, or whole group activities can be conducted. And there should be good interaction among the students, that is peer interaction also we can say. It says that most of us, what we assume as special interventions or methods of teaching is only the practiced good primary teaching procedures. This means that what all methods of teaching we see as special interventions, those are actually good primary teaching procedures which are practiced by the teacher, which seem like special interventions, but the teacher must practice her teaching procedures well. Next, it says that the teacher should not label the children like they're slow learners or they're incapable, they're remedied. If the teacher starts labeling the children, then it is very harmful as it affects the child while they're learning. It not only affects the child's mind, mentally, socially, but it also diverts his attention away from those factors of learning which leads the students towards success. So the teacher should avoid labeling the children. Now it is the teacher's responsibility to make the children confident and also develop an adventurous spirit among the children. And lastly, it is the teacher's willingness to provide stimulating and cooperative environment which brings success to inclusive education. Means it should come from within the teacher that yes, I want to adopt this inclusive education and I want to make it successful. So only if the teacher is willing, then only she can provide a cooperative environment and make the inclusive education successful. So friends, this was all about understanding the differently abled learners in the classroom and adopting inclusive practices. It's important for the teacher to adopt the inclusive practices so that she can help the differently abled learners and meet the unique needs of the learners in her classroom. Enjoyed the video, and if you did, you can subscribe to my videos so that each time I post a video you get a notification. And I'm eagerly waiting for your reviews, and I'll be posting more important topics very soon. Stay tuned.